Joshua Omhokai Aloaye. I'm an ex-student of Ubioma Senior Secondary School. The highest UTME score in Edo State is that of the top score at 367, and my actual UTME score is 347. The UTME Challenge is a kind of weekly assessment which is done for JAMB candidates to test themselves and know their exact level of preparation. So when I looked at the features of the UTME Challenge, I decided to participate in it. And after the first round of the UTME Challenge, I discovered that the questions set in the UTME Challenge were actually JAMB standard style of questions based on my experience from last year's JAMB. So I saw the questions were exactly JAMB style of questions. They were the kind of questions I was expecting to see in my exam. So I decided to continue. Then I also discovered that the questions were set in a 2 hours time frame, which is the exact time frame for JAMB exam. 180 questions, 40 questions from each 3 subjects, and 60 questions from English itself. So it was just as if I'm answering JAMB style of questions in JAMB exact conditions. So I decided to continue. Then I also discovered the user interface of the app. The interface of the UTME Challenge was very nice. The arrangement of the questions, the way the questions were arranged, the format. So it was just as if I was attempting normal JAMB exam. So I decided to do the UTME Challenge every week, and it actually helped me a lot to know my exact level as at the point of the test. And week by week, as I kept doing it, my scores in the UTME Challenge kept improving from 286 to my final score of 353 in the UTME Challenge. My UTME Challenge score is 353, while my actual JAMB score is 347. So the difference is just 6 marks. So the margin is not so wide. So I believe UTME candidates can actually predict their score from their UTME Challenge score. So the questions are JAMB standard style of questions. So they can predict their range from their UTME Challenge score. So I used a lot of features in the app. I used the UTME Challenge, the practice, the games. So the practice, I used it to answer a lot of questions after reading like 5 topics in my various subjects. I would just practice some questions and know if I really understand those topics. I use the UTME Challenge. I also use the classroom feature of the app. The part I love so much is the games part. That's the Millionaires game and the Hall of Fame. So most times I use the Millionaires game and the Hall of Fame when I was bored from reading, to just relax and refresh my memory, or if I'm in a crowded place or in a noisy place where I can't actually read. So I'll just pick up my phone. Instead of wasting my time, I'll just play some of those games and still learn while I can't read at that point in time. The classroom feature was something I used a lot in the app. Most times after reading for a day, I would go to the classroom and take a look at the notes in the classroom, because the notes in the classroom were detailed, concise. So after going through the classroom notes, I would watch out for the amazing points in the notes. Then I would take the 10 questions drill and assess myself and know my understanding on those topics from the classroom. So it helped me. I can describe my study life as very effective. When I started preparing for my UTME, I started very early. I started my preparation very early. I started preparing from October last year. By that time, I was working, so I didn't have much time to read. So at the beginning of this year, I decided to stop, to give my all and prepare very well for this UTME. So I was reading. After I stopped my work, I was reading. The majority of what I was doing in a day was to read. After doing my house chores, I will read in the morning, read in the afternoon, read in the evening. So it was as if I was reading from dusk till dawn. Most times I don't actually calculate the exact number of time I spent reading, but I know I spend an average of 8, 10, 12 hours every day reading. So I was actually very consistent. Then at the end of this my reading, I would practice with the app to see whether I actually understand the things I've read. It also contains a lot of fun games which will make learning very fun and interesting and not boring. So it will make learning fun and rewarding.